So what will it really cost you if you choose to delay the start of a profit recovery review? This is an important question because a lot of the hospitals and health systems that we work with will choose to delay the start of their review by maybe a quarter or a year or maybe more. And it's a very, very costly decision. This is important because we've observed that profit recovery is most prevalent in the healthcare industry, and that's because of the 3 C's and dark data. That top band of boxes represents the 3 C's. Folks in the P2P process, or really any function in healthcare, are constantly dealing with overwhelming complexity, the need to abide by internal and external compliance issues, and also constant change. Now, these issues are steeper in healthcare, and they lead to a higher incidence of dark data. And that dark data is data that's absolutely vital and needs to be accessed, but is so elusive to really get your hands on or to get line of sight of. That will lead to a lot more profit recovery issues. We see a lot more profit loss in healthcare than any other industry, and it's because of these mechanisms. So what I want to do is I want to share some trend analysis from our year-end benchmarking survey across all of our clients, and we currently work with 120 IDNs spread across 3,000 hospitals. I'm just going to talk about clients that got started and have a robust set of data to share in the last couple of years. So we'll see a sample here from 31 clients. This is the shape of recoveries that we got. At the far end, that taller stack, that's the credits that we found from the kickoff year of the audit. So if we started in 2019, those are 2019 claims. As you go back a year, you can see that credits that have aged or claims that have aged 1 year, the opportunity to collect those has greatly diminished, and so on and so forth as you go back in time. And so this raises a lot of questions. But the fact is, this is the shape of every audit we start. Here's just 4 that I've picked out. And that creates this larger shape for the entire review. Now, this is important because if the far stack of the kickoff year is $883,000 in recoveries, and that's per $1 billion spent, so you can kind of adjust that to how many billions of dollars you spend annually, why aren't we finding that exact same amount every year we go back, more or less? That's the baseline of the errors that we're making and the dollars that we can return to our bottom line per billion. Why don't we find that? Why does it diminish? And this is an important thing to contemplate. The fact is, this is profit loss. This is more so in healthcare, and this comes as a result of the 3 C's and the dark data. And I want everyone to acclimate to, you could look at the green bar, this is a SpendMend advertisement, this is the dollars we find. That's a portion of the story. It's not even half the story. The big story is what's happening in your environment that these dollars get lost. And the answer to this, a lot of people will say is, yeah, I kind of believe this, but we'll wait a quarter, we'll wait a year, we're very busy. This is a very costly decision because if you wait a quarter to start or a year to start your audit, you don't just add another stack to recoveries. All this money's not waiting for you. What we're understanding is that if you wait a year, the shape of claims is going to look like this. All those gray boxes that would have been available a year prior, they turn into profit loss. And if you really count those up, that is $1.4 million per every $1 billion that you spend on an annual basis. And it just so happens that that's our average. When we start an audit, we'll find $1.4 million delivered, that's verified and delivered to your bottom line per every $1 billion that you spend. And again, that's still not the story. The story is, why does this happen? How do you illuminate that dark data? So that's really our most important charter. What we do is when we start an audit, we typically work the first year, we find these dollars, and then we'll work a second year, a third year, and so on and so forth. And what we're most proud of is our ability to identify why these errors occur. And on average, in the second year of an audit, we'll drop down the expectations of $883,000 in losses per billion per year. And we drop that all the way down to $567,000 per billion per year. And then furthermore, in the third year, we drop that down even further. Now, those improvements come specifically from our benchmarking across 120 other clients and 3,000 hospitals. What we've learned about looking in your system are very familiar relationships with your vast supplier population and really several other factors. It's the most satisfying part of what we do. Delivering dollars is great, but really fixing your P2P process is really why we're in business. So with that, thank you so much for watching this video. Please look out for further videos for you to download and view.